guys, welcome back to Charmin's Kitchen. A pleasant good night to each and every one of you. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, I want to say welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to share a different recipe with you guys, my version of jerk chicken and peas and rice, and I will show some extra side dishes along with this. If you're in for this and you like some spicy Jamaican food, come on down with me and we will do this together. So here is my chicken for the jerk chicken, and I wash it with lime and I cut them back. They were leg quarters. I cut them back into two, and here is my seasoning for my, I usually make my own jerk seasoning. So today I will leave the ingredients in the description box below, but I do have a video for jerk chicken on its own. So if you're interested, please check it out. I'm going to blend all this goodness back and then I'll come back and show you how I season the chicken. So I just blended my jerk seasoning. The smell is amazing. So what I usually do, I usually taste it to see if it have enough salt. Oh my goodness. And so I will know how much salt to add into my that pepper and ginger. So good. So I'm gonna move my chicken over to a baking dish, and I will season it right into the baking dish. I'm just gonna put everything in here, and this is a winner in my house. My family love this jerk chicken whenever I make it. You can use the same jerk seasoning to do fish, shrimp, or any meat of your choice as well. So I taste the seasoning and it's not too it have a little bit of salt, like I have to add more. So in here I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt to this chicken because we want the chicken to have taste and flavor. And I'm gonna go in with my spoon and I'm gonna dip out some of this goodness, and I wanna have as much flavor as I can on this chicken. So I'm gonna put in a good amount, and I'm gonna make sure that both sides are coated on the back and in front. And I think this is a good portion. And what I usually do with the remainder, I put it in a glass bottle, like any empty glass bottle or jar or dish you have. And I just put it into my fridge, and you can use this for anything. Last minute recipe you have and you feel like eating some jerk fish or whatever, you can just, and I like to put this into some zucchini, some vegetables. If you put this seasoning into some zucchini and some peppers and you grill them, the jerk flavor goes very well with that. So I'm gonna mix in this. So this is how much I have left, and this will give me like another 2 making. So I'm gonna nicely mix this up, and I want to show you how good and how delicious this will look. You want to coat every part of your chicken. So I'm gonna keep on mixing, and then I'll show you how it look after I'm cooking it in a 350 degree oven until it's nice and it's cooked to your desire. So here is my beautiful seasoned jerk chicken, and if you notice I have the skin on. I like to cook the jerk chicken with the skin because it locked in all the juice and the flavor into the chicken. So my oven is ready. I'm gonna put these babies in the oven. I'm gonna cover it with foil paper and cook it for 20 minutes or so covered, and then I'll take off the cover and cook it for another 25 to 30 minutes uncovered until it's done. I will show you the results after it's finished. So while my chicken is cooking, I'm gonna prepare our peas and rice for this dinner, and I have here about 4 heads of green onions. I run out of fine thyme, but I do have 2 plants of broadleaf in my house. I'm using broadleaf instead. I'm using 2 small onions, and I have some flavorful pepper that I planted in my garden last summer. So I'm gonna be using these. It looks like a lot, but it's really mild in flavor. So I'm gonna cut all these up, and I will start preparing the peas and rice. So in this pot here for my peas and rice, I have 2 cups of rice. I wash it and put it into my pot, and I'm using the one cup measure. So sometimes I get asked about the measurement, so I just want to be specific, and that's this measuring cup here. It's a 1 cup measure. I'm using 2 of those, and I wash the rice. Let me see, did I turn my stove on? I'm gonna turn my stove on, and I'm gonna be adding all my ingredients in here. So this is a very simple way to make this peas and rice, or rice and peas. I'm sure there's a lot of different ways, but this is just my version. So I'm adding about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm gonna add some freshly ground black pepper that I'm grinding into the pot, about 1 teaspoon. And I'm gonna give this a stir. I can hear it start cooking already. And now I'm gonna add my ingredients that I just chopped up. So let me get my ingredients. So in goes all this good stuff. Let me take this out a little. In goes my green onions, regular onions. I like to hold back some for when I add everything. So I'm just keeping back some on the board to add when I add everything to the pot. So this is just to cook a little with the rice. Such a simple rice to make. And then I will go in with my peas, and I'm using red kidney beans. I soak this and I boil it myself, but if you don't have the dried kidney beans, you can also use canned kidney beans. And I have 2 cups, the same 1 cup measure I use, 2 cups of red kidney beans. So I'm gonna mix this in. And I like the smell already that I'm getting with the onions and the green onion and black pepper and stuff in there. I didn't put any oil into the pot, but this is looking amazing, right, Matthew?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna add some coconut milk, and I have the milk of 1 coconut that my husband squeezed from our Omega juicer machine. So I'm gonna add this right here to the pot, and I will have to add some more water. I have some hot water on the stove boiling up. I'm gonna add that right now, and just about 2.5 cups so the rice can cook. And you can always add more if you find that your rice grain is not cooked when this water is evaporated. So it's looking nice and it's smelling good. I'm gonna add the rest of the seasoning, and I will leave this to cook. I don't even have to do anything else with this. Just leave this to cook until it's done. The most I have to do now is turn it so the bottom doesn't burn, and in no time this is gonna be ready and good to go. So I'm gonna halfway cover this and leave it. We'll check it to make sure that it's not burning on the bottom. So this is cooking up like crazy right now, and it's looking good. I think I'm gonna add a little tiny, like a 1/2 cup more of water. I'm gonna turn my stove to low and cover this and let the steam and cook the rest of it. And this is gonna be ready soon. So I'm gonna put my stove to low, and I'm gonna add about that 1/2 cup more of water. And then I don't want it to be too soft, but I don't want it to be too hard as well. So just the perfect texture. And I'm gonna cover this pot, and then we'll come back and check it in a few minutes. So halfway in the cooking process, look at my beautiful chicken, how they're coming along. I just flipped them on the other side and you can see all that rich ingredients from the jerk seasoning is just glazing on top of it. So I didn't put any water into this, but it just sprang up its own water. I'm gonna put it back now uncovered until all that water is evaporated and dried out, and this is gonna be ready. I can see it's gonna be a moist one and a very, very delicious one. So while the chicken is cooking up and my rice, I'm gonna be frying up 2 rye plantain to go with this, because rye plantain goes very nice with jerk chicken and rice. So for all those who love Jamaican food, I'm a big fan of Jamaican food because I love the flavor and the taste. I always like to have my Jamaican dishes with ripe plantain. So I'm just gonna cut these in 3 like that. And when I'm making it for this dish, I just slice them back like this. And then I will fry them. And they're nice and in that sweetish kind of flavor at this moment. So it will complement the jerk chicken very well because the jerk chicken is spicy. So this is gonna add that real nice balance to the dish. So let's check our peas and rice, and it is looking nice. I'm rhyming. Okay, so there's some moisture in here, but what I'll do, I'm gonna turn the stove off. It's looking beautiful. My kitchen is smelling nice because I can smell that jerk chicken cooking up there, and I'm gonna add my pepper to steam because I had them frozen and they're now soft, so I don't want them to burst in the food. I'm just gonna put them on top, and look how beautiful that looks. So I'm gonna turn this off and left the steam to cook the rest of the moisture that the food have inside, and this is done. So I'm adding some vegetables to this dish because knowing me, I have kids and I always like to sneak in some vegetables in their meal. So here I have some purple cabbage, thinly sliced. I have 1 carrot, grated carrot for this meal, and I have 2 zucchini here that I had left over from a dish that I made in the week. And what I'm gonna do, I will saute this with some butter and garlic because I really love the flavor of this when you saute it in butter and garlic, and it takes like no time at all. So I'm gonna quickly show what I'm doing. I like to cut them in some like not too thin pieces because zucchini cook fast, and I want when I finish with it, it must still have some crunch. So I'll cut them this thick with the skin on because the skin have a lot of flavor, and I will show you the whole process. This is not a side dish that you eat with jerk chicken and peas and rice, but I'm just adding this because I want to use up my zucchini today. So be creative in your kitchen when you have your leftover vegetables. Always make use of it, and it's very nice to have more vegetable in your daily intake. So in my pan here I have about half a teaspoon of oil. I'm gonna grate 1 clove of garlic into this oil. Garlic adds a very nice flavor to vegetables. And I will turn this up a little. I have to get a spoon here. And I'm just gonna wait until the garlic infuse a little in the oil. Yeah, I can hear it start cooking. And I'm gonna put in my zucchinis. Don't want to overcook these, just some quick sauteing we're doing here. And then I'm gonna add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, just a little bit to add flavor. And I'm gonna grind some black pepper over it, just about 1/4 teaspoon as well. And then I'm gonna give this a stir. It smells so good. And I'm gonna add some Chinese sauce to this because it's gonna add a little bit of flavor plus a little it's gonna change the color a little. And I'm gonna show here because one of my viewers asked me about the brand of Chinese sauce that I'm using. And if you're watching this video tonight, I just want to show you this is the Chinese sauce that I use. And you can find it in any West Indian store. You can find it in Asian store, or I see them now in Walmart in the international aisle. So that's the one I'm using. I'm gonna add about 1 teaspoon of this into my zucchini. And this is just gonna add a little bit of color, and it changed the flavor to a very nice flavor. So about 2 minutes in the pan, this is gonna be ready, and it's gonna have a crunch, and it tastes so flavorful, and you will enjoy it. If you never had zucchini this way, please give it a try. It's really, really delicious, and it's one that you will always make again and again. So this is done. I'm gonna turn off my stove and I will start plating out. So here is my beautiful, juicy, delicious jerk chicken made with my own jerk chicken seasoning. I didn't do step-by-step for this recipe because I do have a full recipe for jerk chicken on my channel. So if you're interested, please remember to check it out. I have here my carrot and cabbage because I like to sneak in vegetable into any meal pretty much that I make. My sauteed zucchini, some ripe plantain to go with my dinner. And here is my peas and rice. And I didn't realize that I have ice, gold, and green pepper on top, the Jamaican ice, gold, and green colors. So this is my Jamaican night dinner. Hope you guys like it. I'm gonna plate up and let you guys know how this tastes. So here is my jerk chicken, peas and rice dinner tonight. I don't have coleslaw, but I have cabbage, carrots, my sauteed zucchini, and I have these pepper for garnish. So I'm gonna dig in and let you guys know because I am drooling. So first of all, I want to check out the chicken because it's so juicy and nice, and it is very, very moist. I'm cutting into a bone there, so I'm going to turn it over and get a meaty part. And look at that. So I want to just dig in with the chicken. And to all my viewers and all my subscribers, because you guys can't be here and I can't share with you guys, my first mouthful is for you. Oh my God, guys, so good, so moist. Look at that, so moist the meat is, and so flavorful. Oh my goodness. If you like flavors and you like Jamaican food, you will love this recipe. I pour some of the juice from the chicken onto the rice, so I'm gonna dig in for this. So another mouthful for everyone. The rice is perfectly cooked, and with that gravy on top, it is just a very delicious taste in your mouth. So I'm gonna go in for the zucchini because this is something I just added to the dish, and I like when my zucchini is it can still have that crunch. Can you hear the crunch?
Yeah.
So good. So I'm gonna enjoy this dinner with my family tonight. You guys see how easy it was to make. I didn't do the full step for the chicken, the jerk chicken, but I do have a recipe for step-by-step for the jerk chicken seasoning. So please check it out. Thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? There's a lot more amazing video coming. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed. Bye for now.